None of them knew how close the world was to changing forever. Because, in another timeline, that peaceful morning ends in fire. In another timeline, aircraft appear over the harbor, bombs fall, ships sink, and America enters the war. But in this timeline, the sky remains empty. No aircraft appear. No bombs fall. The harbor stays out of the war. The morning the world held its breath. On the morning of December 7th, 1941, everything was supposed to change. At Pearl Harbor, sailors stood on the decks of battleships, watching the calm water reflect the early sunlight. The air was warm, the sky was clear. It was just another Sunday morning. Some were laughing, some were writing letters home.
Nothing like a sunrise over Pearl. Aye, beats scrubbing the deck. Don't jinx it.
Some were thinking about breakfast.
Quiet morning. Could really go for some bacon and eggs right about now.
None of them knew how close the world was to changing forever. Because, in another timeline, that peaceful morning ends in fire. In another timeline, aircraft appear over the harbor, bombs fall, ships sink, and America enters the war. But in this timeline, the sky remains empty. No aircraft appear. No bombs fall. The harbor stays out of the war. A war that did not belong to America. By 1941, the world was already burning. Germany had conquered most of Europe. Its armies had moved faster than anyone thought possible. France had collapsed in weeks. Poland had disappeared. Entire nations had vanished from the map.
Poland is secured. The Reich's new order begins.
Britain still fought, but barely. Its cities had been bombed, its people exhausted. It survived not because it was strong, but because it refused to surrender. Far to the east, the Soviet Union was fighting a war of survival. German forces had invaded with overwhelming speed. Entire Soviet armies had been destroyed in months. Cities burned. Millions fled east. The war was massive, terrifying. But across the Atlantic Ocean, America remained untouched. Its cities were safe. Its people were safe. Its war was distant. And distant wars are easier to ignore. The decision that never came. President Franklin Roosevelt understood the danger. He watched Europe collapse piece by piece. He watched Germany grow stronger, but knowing was not enough. The American people did not want war. They remembered the last one. They remembered the death, the suffering, the cost. They believed oceans protected them. They believed distance guaranteed safety. Without an attack on American soil, Roosevelt could not unite the country.
My fellow Americans, the winds of war are gathering. We must find unity before the storm breaks.
Without unity, he could not declare war. So, America waited. And waiting changed everything. In London, the nights were long. Air raid sirens had become part of life.
Sirens going, hurry!
I'm hurrying, the shelter's not far.
Keep low, don't look up.
Even when the bombs stopped falling, people listened for them, expected them, feared them. British leaders knew they could not win alone.
The map is clear. We cannot win this alone. Allies are our only hope, then we must secure them.
They needed America. They needed American soldiers, American ships, American planes. They believed America would eventually join. They believed help was coming. But help never came, because America had no reason to fight. And without reason, there was no war. Germany realizes the truth. In Berlin, Adolf Hitler understood something important. America was dangerous, not because of its army, but because of its potential. America could produce more weapons than any nation on earth. If America entered the war fully, Germany could not win. But America had not entered the war, And every day it stayed out made Germany safer. Hitler did not need to defeat America. He only needed to avoid provoking it. And he succeeded. The Eastern Front, without limits. Without American involvement, Germany could focus completely on the Soviet Union. Every tank, every aircraft, every soldier. Nothing held back. The Soviet Union fought with everything it had. But without American support, every battle became harder. Soviet soldiers marched on foot, while German soldiers rode in trucks. Soviet supply lines struggled, while German logistics improved. Soviet factories worked endlessly, but they could not match Germany alone. Still, they fought, because surrender was not survival. It was extinction, a war of exhaustion. Years passed. The war did not end. It did not turn decisively. It slowed. Germany could not fully destroy the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union could not fully defeat Germany. Britain could not invade Europe. Germany could not invade Britain. The war became frozen. Not peaceful, not resolved. Frozen. And frozen wars reshaped the world slowly, without dramatic endings, without clear victory. Only endurance. American factories continued producing weapons, but not at full speed, not with urgency, not with desperation. America was strong, but strength unused changes nothing, because power without action is potential, and potential does not win wars. Action does. And America never acted. Europe changes permanently. By 1945, Europe had transformed. Germany controlled most of the continent. Its borders stretched farther than ever before. Its armies defended every coastline, every road, every city. Resistance movements still existed, but resistance without support cannot win. It can only survive, and survival is not enough to change history. The war that never ended. Britain remained free, but isolated. Its empire weakened. Its influence shrinking. It had survived, but survival was not victory. The Soviet Union still existed, but wounded, exhausted, changed forever. Germany still ruled Europe. Not completely, not perfectly, but enough. Enough to shape the future. Enough to prevent defeat. America realizes what it lost. In Washington, leaders began to understand something they had not expected. America had survived the war. Its cities untouched. Its people safe. But safety had come with a cost. America had not shaped the outcome. It had not shaped the future. That future had been shaped by others, because history is shaped by those who act, not those who watch the world that followed. The war never truly ended, not with victory, not with surrender, only with exhaustion, a permanent tension between powers that could not defeat each other, a permanent reminder of what hesitation can do. Because America had possessed the power to change everything, but power must be used, and it never was. Final battle paradox ending. The United States did not lose World War II. It survived it. But survival was not the same as victory, because victory belongs to those who fight for it, and history belongs to those who shape it. In this timeline, America chose safety. It chose distance. It chose not to act. And that choice reshaped the world. Because sometimes the moment that changes history is the moment someone decides to stay out of it.